make the vegetarian quiche. We're using ingredients from the veg bag that comes to campus every Tuesday. This isn't just any old quiche that you get from the supermarket. This is going to be a nice homemade one. It really does make a difference when you make your own. We're not going to use all this flour, but we buy in bulk from a place called Green City. Whole Foods. It's run as a cooperative. You can get all these dry foods on campus every Wednesday, and the Shared Planet Cafe is on. There's a Whole Food shop on at the same time. And so the idea is we buy in bulk. We don't need to get as much packaging, and it also works out a lot cheaper as well. So financially we're better off, environmentally better off, and socially it's a lot more fun because we get to run a shop together and we get to buy our food from a nice fun cafe instead of going to a supermarket. To make the flour, the dough, the pastry, you can be quite rough with this, but I usually go for about 250 grams. You will need to add more. Once you start to mix in the butter, you'll see what consistency the pastry is. 150 grams of butter. Again, we're using organic ingredients and Scottish butter. And when you prepare foods like this from scratch, even buying organic ingredients doesn't actually cost so much. Just put in a teaspoonful of salt. 1 egg goes into the mix as well. You need to mix all this together now. And just use your fingertips and get them nice and dirty. This is the best bit about baking, getting a bit messy and getting to play with your food. Last ingredients is just a dash of cold milk. As you start to mix this all together, it should form a kind of breadcrumb texture. So you just keep adding a bit of flour until you get it to the right consistency. That's getting ready. We're just going to preheat the oven to 180 degrees. Once you make a pastry, you need to let it cool in the fridge for at least an hour. So there's one we made earlier, and I'm going to put this one in the fridge to cool down. If you don't have a rolling pin, then you can just put the dough into whatever you're baking it in, and starting from the middle, just push out the way. We're going to start preparing the filling to go into the pastry. Just going to put in a couple of cloves of garlic and a red onion. And to save energy, of course, keep the lid on and it heats up a lot quicker. You don't have to cook it for so long, you get to eat quicker as well. So there's a couple of courgettes going in, and some wheat going in, and some cabbage going in. Just fill it in so it's just below the top of the pastry line. To finish off the quiche, you need to take some cream, 200 ml, and mix in an egg as well. The egg helps it to set. A bit of salt and pepper as well. Just grate a little bit of nutmeg in to give it a bit of flavour. And then that just goes over the top of all of it. And that's ready to go back in the oven. Yeah, and the cheese is starting to go brown on top, that's perfect. And it's ready to eat.